Well, hello, boys and girls, cats and dogs. We are an inclusive channel around here, and it's time for another Topic Tuesday. It is Tuesday at 2 o'clock. It's Tuesday at 2 o'clock, if you will. And here we are. Today's topic is all about Thanksgiving, but first, I always start off with a bunch of announcements. First, it's you know how grateful I am for everybody and everything because my YouTube friends and family honestly have given me my life back. Hello, all handmade. Hello, roaming with Rover. Hello, Lena's designed Rita. So, let's talk about schedule. My normal schedule. Today is Tuesday. I always do a Topic Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Wednesdays, I do a Wednesday free-for-all, which is also a live stream. That's at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Every time that I mention is Eastern Time. Thursday, I usually don't do anything. Fridays, I do whatever I feel like doing. Sometimes it's a live, sometimes it's a recorded thing. Hey Pam, hey Cuppy. But you know, Fridays, I call it Formless Friday now. I don't even call it a rotating format because hey Dinky Crafts, because if I say rotating format, that suggests a structure that isn't there. Saturdays I usually don't post. Sundays I usually have a poetry reading. I call it my Sunday reading. I enjoy doing it. I don't get a ton of response from it, but I do it anyway because I like it. Mondays I have my Monday Men interviews with men in yarn, and I always have really, really fun people to talk to. Hey, Kenny! I would encourage you, if you haven't seen it already, to go and see the interview I posted yesterday with this absolutely fascinating man that I met at the men's fiber retreat I went to last weekend. The stories he has to tell are amazing, and in the interview that we had, we only touched on some of them. So yes, that's Mondays, and then we're back to Tuesdays, which is today. Now, I will also say that this Friday, hey, call me V. On this Friday, Black Friday in the U.S., the day after Thanksgiving, I'll be doing a marathon live stream. Hey, mobs! And I will also, on Wednesday, December 8th, I'll have a birthday party because it will be my birthday. I will be, well, I've been saying 39 and some months, 240 months exactly, but I heard a better way to phrase it. I'll be 39 plus shipping and handling. Hey, Granny B, Granny Banani, glad to see you. So anyway, what's on your hook? What's in your cup? What are you doing today? Oh, yes, exactly, Danke, yes. What are y'all doing today? Hold on a second, and I'll post the link so that people can come up if they want to. Yeah, shipping and handling. That shipping and handling will kill you. Yeah. It will kill you. Sloth plant holder. Oh my goodness gracious. Christmas stockings. Uh-oh. Hey, Roy and Becky. You're redesigning your bed? Tell me all about that. How is that? How is that going? Are you doing it from the frame up? Oh, Kai. Oh, excuse me for yawning. I'm always tired. I was up in the middle of the night with Coco because those of you who know and love Coco, you know that she often goes live in the middle of the night. And so I woke up and went to the bathroom and came back and picked up my phone and just to see what was going on, like a stupid person. And there was Coco live. So I started following her while I was in bed. And then I had to get up and come in here and sit upright and turn on the light and, have a proper keyboard in front of me so that I could type because I can't type on the phone. Dinky Crafts Jennifer just made her first Granny Square. Great! That's wonderful. Oh, Pam, I'm feeling cold too. It's getting chilly here. I'm in coastal North Carolina and it's beginning to get chilly. Roy and Becky, honestly, I admire people who live in RVs all the time. I wish I had an RV for one thing. I wish I could do it. I probably could. And in fact, we were talking, hey Denisha, we were talking the other day about creating a yarn truck to sell yarn. Hey, Roaming with Rover. I think combining an RV with a yarn truck would be fabulous. Pitter Pose, hey, glad to see you. I'm so glad to see everybody. Anyway, so what was I talking about? I talked about schedule. I talked about upcoming lives or marathon live streams, Black Friday, my birthday on December 8th, probably New Year's Day as well. And also today's theme is Thanksgiving. And I understand there is a Thanksgiving tag thing that has been going around. I'm sort of glad nobody has tagged me with it, but I got Kenny to send me the questions that are involved in this tag. So here we go. Here is the first question. And, if you're not in the US and, if you're Canadian, you had Thanksgiving a month ago. If you're not in North America, you might not relate to what we call Thanksgiving in the same way. But the first question from the tag was, what is your favorite Thanksgiving side dish? And for me, it has to be dressing with gravy. No question about it. Dressing with gravy. You might call it stuffing, you might call it dressing. I don't care. As long as it has a nice gravy. And in fact, even though we're going to a restaurant for Thanksgiving this year, because it's only my sister and me, I plan to make some make-ahead gravy. So I think my sister's going to go to the grocery store later today, and I have asked her to get me like a pack of chicken wings so that I can use those to make the make-ahead gravy. Sweet potatoes. I can't say that I really like sweet potatoes. I'm sorry. They're just I don't know whether it's them themselves or just the way they're always prepared. It's just too sweet for me, and I just can't do it. Sweet potatoes, yeah. The dressing and the gravy. Some people like things like the green bean casserole. I never had green bean casserole until I was an adult. I did not know that such a thing existed until then. For other people, it's like mashed potatoes. I love mashed potatoes. And I don't remember where I got the recipe, but when I make mashed potatoes, I use butter and cream cheese. And it's so good. Oh my gosh, it's good. Cuppy is talking about mac and cheese for this year. Honestly, even though I'm a Southern boy, I didn't even know that people had mac and cheese as a side dish for holiday meals until I was an adult, because I didn't grow up with it. I love mac and cheese. Oh dear. Well, Peter Paws, I hope your sister is recovering well. I had um I had my gallbladder out when I was 21. So ever since I was 21, which was a few years ago, I have always had a big surgical scar on my abdomen. And then I grew much, much, much heavier over the years, so it became ugly. Mm. An oyster side dish. I have to confess, I have never eaten oysters. I know that people love oysters and some people hate them, so I'm sort of afraid of them. I don't know what to do. I think that if the opportunity arose to try fresh oysters, like right out of the sea, I would give it a try. Otherwise, I don't know. Terry Crews. I will have to look for Terry Crews because I'm not sure I know who that is. Let's go to the next question. Hey, Divergent. The next question. What is your favorite Thanksgiving dessert? Thanksgiving dessert for me. It's going to be a nap, really. Um, Honestly, I don't like pumpkin pie the way I did when I was a kid. Ooh, oyster stew. Interesting. Now, my mother used to make an oyster dressing, but my dad didn't like it, so she would make two different kinds of dressing. Um, oh, banana. Oh my gosh. I love banana pudding any time of the year, especially if it's homemade. I don't necessarily associate it with Thanksgiving or Christmas. I associate it with yumminess, regardless of the time of year, because there is no beating banana pudding. It's just amazing. And, a lot of people like pumpkin pie. I like it okay, but sometimes it's a little too sweet. Pecan pie, I adore, but I can only take it in reasonable portions because it's very sweet. Cherry pie, yum. I love cherry pie with a nice flaky crust. Oh, yes, yes, please. I'll have some of that. Um, Banoffee. Oh, I've seen that. Mary Berry did a banoffee pie that looked amazing. I haven't tried it. Pumpkin bread? Mmm. I'll go for pumpkin bread over pumpkin pie, actually. Banana cream pie. That sounds good too. Denisha, you'll have to send me the recipe. I don't bake much. When I cook, I prefer to do like main dishes or sides. Um, my sister likes to bake. My ex liked to bake. I prefer to do, main dishes. I guess that's just who I am. So, what is the third question in this Thanksgiving tag? Let me take a look. What does your ideal Thanksgiving outfit look like? Oh my gosh, my ideal Thanksgiving outfit? It's gonna involve a bib, I'll tell you that. Pumpkin roll. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, a fresh fruit salad. I'm seeing a lot of really yummy ideas in the chat. Fudge pie. Now, my mom used to make, I think it was like a chocolate pecan pie. That was amazing. Forgiving pants. Yes, exactly. That's what you need. Or better yet, no pants at all. So nowadays, I only wear jeans. We're going to a restaurant for Thanksgiving. I'll be wearing jeans and I'll be taking them off when I come home. I'll tell you that. I can't eat as much as I used to, but gosh, your ideal Thanksgiving outfit, what could that be? I mean, we're not talking pilgrim costumes, certainly. Leggings. Oh, I should get some leggings. Although I just hesitate to show anyone my legs. I like to wear pajama pants around the house. I do. I only put on shirts with collars when I'm going live. Otherwise, it's t-shirts, pajama pants, and God only knows what else. Leggings. So let's look and see what the next question is. What is your least favorite Thanksgiving dish? Least favorite. I'm eager to find out what you people think about that. By the way, I'm also going to post the link again if anybody wants to come up. Your least favorite Thanksgiving dish. For me, there is my mother had this sweet potato casserole. It was like whipped potatoes, and it had marshmallows on top, and it was just so sweet. Oh God. Divergent, a tracksuit sounds extremely comfortable. But tell me about your least favorite Thanksgiving dish. Cranberry, I like cranberries. Green bean casserole, yes, Peter Paws, I can take it or leave it. Do you know, I grew up on that canned cranberry jelly, and you would tap it out onto the serving plate, and it would still have the ridges from the aluminum can. I sort of liked that, but there was also a cranberry jello concoction that my mother made that was really good. You would take the cranberries and some jello, I mean real jello, and some oranges. You would puree the whole thing with the jello and the hot water and everything so that it would mold as a gelatin, and it was a lot better than the canned cranberry stuff. But I do like the canned cranberry stuff too, because it could be because of the history. I probably couldn't eat a lot of it, but a lot of people don't like cranberries. Honestly, there are lots of ways to do cranberries that are a lot better than what we grew up with. I like cranberries. For me, it's the sweet potatoes or the yams, which are two different things, but we call them the same thing. We cook them the same way. Um, hey, Doris. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Watercress salad. Tell us about that, Cuppy. Is that specifically for Thanksgiving, or is it something that you like all year round? Cranberry chutney sounds good, Pitter Paws. Mm. Now, my sister will still make the sweet potato casserole. She will. There's also at Easter time. There's a pineapple casserole with canned crushed pineapple and a ton of butter and breadcrumbs on top, and that is also far too sweet for me. I will take a small taste of the sweet potatoes. I'll take a small taste of the pineapple casserole, but I can't take a large serving. Now, Pam is saying whole cranberries, orange, and ginger. That sounds great. Touch of salt. Maybe a little sugar as well, but not a lot, because you don't want it too sweet. Hey, Stephanie, glad to see you. Glad to see everybody here. Cuppy, you remind me there's a song called Lime Jello Marshmallow Cottage Cheese Surprise. That brings to mind those church covered dish dinners and lunches that we all loved. Really, I loved them. I did. Exactly, Divergent. Yeah, I love pecans by themselves. I could eat them by the handful by themselves. In fact, we have some in the freezer. I might get them out. Because I could eat pecans by the handful by themselves. I think they're delicious. I love pecan pie in small doses because pecan pie by its very nature is very sweet, but it's so good that I'll take it anyway. Hey, Proverbs, glad to see you. Well, let's see what the next question is. For those who have just come in, I'm going through this list of questions. Apparently, hey, Joyce. So I'm going through this list of questions. Apparently, there was this Thanksgiving tag that went around to people. I was not tagged, and I'm thankful for that. But I'm going through the questions right now. So we've talked about favorite and least favorite Thanksgiving dishes. The next question is, what do you like the most about Thanksgiving? What do you like the most? Oh, yeah, Cuppy is mentioning different ways to pronounce pecan or pecan. It's... I don't care, just give me the nuts and the pie. What is your favorite thing about Thanksgiving as a whole? Exactly, Doris. Family, not the food. I was thinking about this. I first saw this. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Anvita. Um, yeah, everyone is talking family. For me, it's family and friends. it's roaming. I would agree. It depends on the family. Some of us have families of origin that we don't always want to see. I am very fortunate. I know many people who are very fortunate. I also know people who are less fortunate in terms of families of origin. Proverbs saw that I was getting misty there for a second. But yeah, it's all about family and friends. And I definitely have to write an email to one specific friend from, hey, Yarn Barf, one specific friend who has been a friend for many years, because I have extremely fond memories of two Thanksgivings that I spent with her. Chosen family, exactly, Divergent. Let's go on to the next question. The next question is, what do you enjoy doing after your meal? For most of it, it's napping. Yes, Jackie, the stuffing. Yeah. Pam, that's happening to my family too. We're all just sort of splitting up. It's a chore to get people together. I was very happy um, in September when I drove up to New York. I was able to get three cousins who are sisters, and honestly, they're my favorite cousins. I got those three and their husbands together, and we all had lunch, and it was so joyful. I loved it. Cuppy, I agree with you completely. I am totally thankful for my YouTube family. I do not know. The dog are I need to start watching the dog show. Divergent, I always appreciate inappropriate jokes. Maybe not the cigarette, but always the inappropriate jokes. I need to start watching the dog show on Thanksgiving Day. Um Anyway, I think I was talking about gathering some cousins together when I was driving up to New York, and it was lovely that they all came together to see me, and they all brought their husbands, um, and they've all been married for a long time, so their husbands know me and apparently like me too, and it was perfectly lovely. So, it's all about family, family of choice. And sometimes families of origin do break up. I guess that's a fact of life. And sometimes you can't fight it. But you can choose the people you stay close to. Oh my goodness, Divergent. Your little cousin just started showing her climber spaniel? Oh, wow. Clumber. Okay, that's fine. Okay, Pam, I'm glad you were here. Do you know, Divergent, the very last church choir where I sang, I used to do a lot of church choir singing for money. I used to call myself a vocal prostitute, but I loved it anyway. There was this wonderful, wonderful lady who was probably 140 years old at the time. Um, She had a very long history as a violin teacher and had students in all of the major music schools and orchestras around the world. She also bred and showed Cocker Spaniels, and the pictures that she showed me were just amazing. This lady, gosh, I can't imagine that she's still alive. I don't know how to find out whether she's still alive, but she was an amazing lady. I met some of the most amazing people in that choir. I mean, there were some church choir jobs I had where I felt like the help. This was not one of them. I felt like family. When my day job or my sustenance job forced me to leave, um, I was given a really, really wonderful recognition from not only the choir but the whole congregation. Next question. Okay. Oh, Divergent, I love Goldens too. Oh my goodness. Divergent, are you familiar with the channel Oshi's World? Oshi is a golden retriever. And there's another one called Magnus, um, another golden retriever. They're both just amazing and so beautiful. And I love watching them. Okay, the next question is your favorite Thanksgiving memory. Oh my gosh, I didn't know this was gonna be so hard. Okay. Apparently, I ordered something from Amazon and it's on its way, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, I ordered some supplements for the dog. Okay, there we go. Oh, Cuppy was teasing me or teasing somebody else? If so, I missed it. Golden's, yes. Mm. Peter Paws lost her mom in 2013. I lost mine in 2019. Uh, Mother's Day of 2019 and 2020, I was both times just by coincidence, I was really too sick to be aware that it was Mother's Day. This year, 2021, on Mother's Day, oh my God, it was hard. Divergent treasures memories of cooking with her grandmother in the kitchen. Oh, I have those memories. I grew up at my mother's elbow. My mother taught with, um, my mother taught for about 100 years, and um, she would always come home and prepare a hot meal for us. And I don't know how she did it. If I had taught all day long, I'd be giving you, you know, you'd be lucky to get tuna salad out of me. But she always did it. She did a lot of planning because we were always on a budget. So she would like cook stuff, plan leftovers. You know how homemakers on a budget do. Um, Roaming lost our mother this year. Ah, oh my gosh. Memories of Thanksgiving Day. There was one year we spent, I think it was 9 years in Minnesota. My dad had been transferred. It was a corporate transfer. We were in Minnesota, although we came from North Carolina. There was one year that my grandmother came up for Thanksgiving, and that was when she taught me to crochet, actually, during that trip. And I don't remember the food or anything. I just remember her being there, and it was special. Oh, interesting divergence. Pitter paws. Yeah, yeah. I'll bet you learned though from being at her side. Learned how to do it better. Oh my goodness gracious. So, um, let's look at the next question for Thanksgiving tag. Okay, this is the big question. What are you thankful for? Oh, Doris, that's hilarious. Ah, I'm going to steal that, especially for the next time I do dad jokes. Really? Can't cook? Hmm. It all comes back to family and friends. I am so thankful for the family I have left, the friends I have, the YouTube family I have gained, honestly, in the past year. I mean, I have so many dear friends through YouTube, and I cannot begin to express my gratitude for that. So many people have shown me love. So many people have been incredibly generous as well. Oh my God, the yarn I have now. Oh, Divergent. That's a great list of things to be thankful for. It's always family and friends. Do you know I have family nearby. I haven't seen them in ages and ages and ages. I have YouTube friends and family who honestly are more dear to me. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness gracious, Pitterpaws, that sounds awful. Cuppy, oh my goodness. So glad you still have your daughter and grandchildren. Oh my gosh. I mean, most of us have lived. We've had struggles and pain and difficulty, and we have a lot to be thankful for. So, honestly, if I think about it, the list of things that I'm thankful for would be really very long. Gosh. Exactly, Divergent. Exactly. Moms, you're welcome whenever you're able to join. I understand if you can't do it today. Um, yeah, it's family of choice. A lot of us learned that early. A lot of us, I know many, many people who were estranged from their families early and learned to develop families of choice. Whether it's blood or choice or both, you need that connection. Um, especially especially when things are difficult. Um, yes, copy modern technology. Yeah. I don't know if I'd be here without it. I had, I've spoken before. About this. I every winter I have, a seasonal depression thingy going on, and this past year was the worst that I can recall. And I have said more than once that it's remarkable that I made it to the end of February. Um, and really, it's part of what helped me through was YouTube and my YouTube family. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. And now I have a puppy. Well, he's 11 years old, but he's still a puppy. So what more do I need? Except a winning lottery ticket. Um, anyway, so what are we doing now? Bentley and Bella. Oh, that sounds great. Oh, Divergent, I'm glad that you have reconciled to whatever extent that you have. I understand, separating when you need to. I've done that before. I needed that differentiation. Um, families can be tough. Families can be wonderful. and families can be tough, and the same family can be both. And there's no escaping that truth. The same family can be both wonderful and awful. Hey, Ruby! Oh my goodness. You came in at a ripe time. We were just talking about Thanksgiving and what we're thankful for. We went through a whole list of questions about Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving food, Thanksgiving dress, Thanksgiving activities, but now we're talking about what we're thankful for and what does Thanksgiving mean to us. Oh, Jackie, I'm glad that you have overcome those issues caused by anxiety. I'm only learning the depth of some of my anxiety. I mean, there's been a few times recently when I actually made plans to go to events that really were meaningful to me, but couldn't go because I don't even know why fully, but I think part of it is because there were people there. I'm surprised I was able to make it to the 2 fiber retreats that I went to, but part of that was because I knew I would be surrounded by kindred spirits and yarn and supportive people, because yarn people are almost always supportive people. Exactly, Divergent. I think I have undiagnosed PTSD myself. Ruby, I think we all feel the same way. Thankful for most of our family. Yeah. Life can be tough. It really can. And sometimes it's difficult learning to find a way through. I've had my struggles, but I'm here now. Don't always know why. Don't always know if there's a reason. But I'm here now. I still have more to learn. I might have more to share. Oh, Divergent. I once worked with a group therapist who did EMDR. So I did like 1 or 2 sessions of EMDR. Cuppy, I totally understand. I think it's a sign of maturity when you realize that people don't think about us nearly as often as we think they do. So, hey, Debbie Reynolds. You came in at a right moment. We're talking about sentimental stuff. We've been talking about Thanksgiving and what we're thankful for, and families and all of that stuff. And sometimes families are not easy. But yarn people are always supportive. And, one of the biggest things I'm thankful for this season is my YouTube family. Yarn Barf, I've tried St. John's wort, but I don't think I got anything from it. Jackie, I think it's EMDR, and I can't remember what it stands for, but Google is your friend. Google is sometimes your friend, I should say. Divergent, I think you are right. I think you are right. I think that people who have these issues seek out solace and community online because it's easier. And I would not be surprised. I've often wondered how I might be diagnosed. I've had years and years and years of therapy, and it's probably only because of that I'm still alive, but still, there's a lot of work left to be done. Ooh, cool. Actually, day after tomorrow is Thanksgiving. But, gorge at will. Pumpkin pie. If it's good pumpkin pie, we were talking about that earlier too. Exactly, Debbie. We're talking about our yarn community and our yarn family. Um, and honestly, some of them are more dear to me than my blood family. Hitter pause. I've tried several different antidepressants. Most of them had little effect. Some of them made me worse. Some of them made me sick. One of them made me suicidal, or perhaps I should say more suicidal. Exactly, Doris. And I am especially grateful for Doris. She has been so kind to me. Um, I have to say that out loud. Oh, by the way, I got a box from Carrie, the Yarny Elephant. I don't think she's in the room right now, but I got a box from her. She was destashing because we all know she just recently moved. But most of the yarn didn't have its labels on, so I really didn't know how to share what was in the box, but it's a nice box of yarn, I'll tell you that, and I understand that there's another one at my P.O. box now waiting for me to pick it up. Wow. Yeah. Oh, gosh. We're all getting very sentimental. So, if we are going to sum up Thanksgiving in one word, what would you say one word would sum up your experience, your anticipation, your feeling about Thanksgiving? Debbie has Happy Mail from Daniel. It's true, Cuppy. What works for one may not work for others. Maybe I got a notification that there's a package at the PO box. My PO box is at the UPS store. Um, Speaking of which, I have a ton of stuff that I really need to send out. I have a light for shooting videos. Most of the time when I shoot videos, my lighting isn't too bad. Sometimes I can happen upon lighting by accident that is especially flattering to me. I don't mind that. But most of the time my lighting is okay because I do it in daytime. There's a bay window right here. I have the overhead light on. Most of the time it's okay. But I know about those special lights that people use for depression. The only time I've tried it, I think I don't even know what kind of product I got, but it was cheap and didn't really have much of an effect. Yes, yarn barf. I tried St. John's wort. I might try it again. I don't know. I didn't take it in the quantity that you were suggesting, so I might try it again. Well, Debbie will be here. I might go live on Thanksgiving. I know I'm going live on Black Friday, but I might go live on Thanksgiving. We are going to a restaurant. I don't know what time we'll do that. I might just do a spontaneous live afterwards and see what happens. But, we'll all be here. I'm sure you'll find somebody who is on live or somebody to talk to in the yarn community. I hope I will be here. Hey, Nisi. Nisi, we've just been talking about Thanksgiving and getting misty. Divergent, I tried magnesium because it was also supposed to be helpful for restless legs syndrome, which I have. I'll have to look into that more. Knees and hip, yeah. I can hear my joints when I walk down the hall. I'm fortunate that I don't have as much pain as I have in the past. Okay, Peter Paws, I hope everything comes out all right. Hey, Cynthia. Well, I'm glad to see you. Thank you for popping in. We've been on for almost an hour and we might close pretty quickly. We used to close promptly at 3 and go to see Brenda the newbie crocheter, but she no longer does live stream at 3 o'clock on Tuesdays. So sometimes we go long. Oh, Nisi, that sounds scary. But I'm sure you're equal to the task. Oh, Nisi, that sounds wonderful. Oh, you remind me. One time I went to a Thanksgiving dinner party and I made a mock key lime pie, which involved like lemon and lime juice. I think it had Jello and other things, and Cool Whip in it, of course, Cool Whip. And somebody brought a real key lime pie, and I was a bit embarrassed, but then I said something I don't say on YouTube, and that's all it was. And some people did tell me they liked mine better because it was lighter and not quite as intense as a real key lime pie would be. Where do I put my camera? I use the built-in camera that's on my computer. I don't have sophisticated AV equipment. I have a ring light that I only bought because I could use it as a stand if I wanted to record anything using my phone, but that turned out to be such a trial that I don't even know. I still use the light sometimes. Oh, Ruby, I'd be thankful for that too. Hey, May's Misfit Toys. Oh, we love leftovers. Exactly, Cynthia. What chores? What are chores? Anyway, well, my beloved family, we have been on for about an hour now, so I think I'm going to call it a day. I do still need to head out to the P.O. box and pick up something. I think I need to get something from the grocery store as well. And then I want to come back and drink. I mean, what more is there? So, I'm going to click end now, and I'm very thankful for all of you. And I would say click, or what is it I say? Like, subscribe, comment, share, keep coming back, and thank you all so much. Bye bye now.